Children, now we are observing Nischals lens app, that is 3D diagrams. So, first one, I am operating irrigation technique method. So, one of the important that is technique, and this technique is called as micro irrigation techniques, and this micro irrigation technique saves 70% of water. 70% of water is saved by using this type of irrigation. This is called as micro irrigation technique, and this is sprinkler irrigation method, and thereby we can save 70% of water. Now we are observing another one, another technique. So first we observed sprinkler irrigation technique, and this technique is called as micro irrigation technique once again. And here also you are observing the save of water. So here this method also useful to save more water, 70% of water, and this method is called as drip irrigation method, and thereby we see some gaps are present, some openings are present at each point of that is a polythene tube or that is a rubber tube, and through that tube, through the holes only water is coming out, and it is enter into the where the plant is having root system. So in this way we can save 70% of water. This is also called as micro irrigation technique, and this is called as drip irrigation technique. Now we are observing how water is get, that is polluted by means of many, that is activities we are performing, so human activities. And there you see on the screen, on the interactive flat panel, you are observing the presence of a chimneys. There are many chimneys are there, and these through these chimneys you are observing colorless and also gas is emitting or releasing into the atmosphere, and these smoke consisting of lethal gases, poisonous gases like nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. In this way, this also making the air polluted. At the same time, these factories also releasing, that is water pollutants. So some liquid materials also they polluted, and they also release into the water, and this also make the water polluted. Children, in this lens we observed different micro irrigation techniques, and also how water and also air is polluted. Here you are observing a good diagram, a good figure showing 11.11.7, and there you see drip irrigation method. Already we discussed in Nischals lens application, sprinkler irrigation, and there you see how the water is sprayed by means of the sprinklers, and it is a micro irrigation technique, and we should use the technique, thereby we can save 70% of water. So 70% of wasted water is now stopped by using this that is sprinkler irrigation method. There you see here observing another micro irrigation technique, and that is called as drip irrigation technique, and there you see many pipes are there, 1 2 3 4, like that many pipes are there, and you see walls also there, and you can see the presence of dripper and emitter. So at each point of the dipper, so a small hole is present. Through the hole, water drops out. So thereby we can conserve more water. And here wastage of water is not seen. And this is a pipe, and here there is no water is coming out. And here only water comes out, and it is flowing. It is coming out where the root system of the plant is there. So in this way, that is plant is getting sufficient amount of water through this dripper, and this type of irrigation method is called as drip irrigation method. Children, now we need to understand about another case study, that is Patan Cheru. So Patan Cheru is a urban town, and that is located near Hyderabad. It is just 25 kilometers away from the Hyderabad. So it is an urban town, and once upon a time, so in previous days, that is this is Patan Cheru is the people who are living in Patan Cheru, they practice animal husbandry and irrigation. Now the irrigation is completely barren. The irrigation lands are completely barren, and no animal husbandry. And the people who are living, they are going to the factories and they become workers. And why? Because Patan Cheru is the biggest that is industrial hub, not only in Telangana, in not only in India, in the Asia. So many industries are established here, and these industries are emitting both that is water, that is the pollutant through into the air and also into the soil, into the water. So in this way, groundwater. So I am reading, so what are the industries which are there in Patan Cheru? And that is there in Telangana state, Patancheru, and it is just 25 kilometers away from Hyderabad. And there you see the presence of many chemical industries, pharmaceutical industries, distilleries are there, steel rolling industries are there, and also these are the industries, they are releasing gaseous pollutants like chlorine, hydrogen, and sulfide. And due to this, the people who are living in this area are badly affected, and most of the people, they are suffering with lung diseases, respiratory diseases, and many of them are getting cancers. And these diseases are caused by means of the pollutant which are present in the air. And that is the reason this area become what barren, and people are not doing irrigation, and people are not practicing animal husbandry, and people are become workers, and they are working in industries. So here most of the agricultural land became barren, and that is not used for irrigation. And agriculture, animal husbandry were main occupation of the people, I told you, but now they are not following those practices. And here you see, but within time, people became helpless, and most of them are converted themselves into workers, and they are working in different factories which are established in Patan Cheru. Now, you see, provide drinking water to the affected villages. So here, Supreme Court of India has realized the following interim orders. So particularly who are living, people who are living where that area is located with industries, and the Supreme Court of India has released the following interim orders. So people should get what drinking water. First one, provide drinking water to the affected villages, and medical care to be pollution victims. So here the people who are living in Padancheru are the people who are living in industrial area, and compulsory they will get respiratory problems, that is lung problems, and also they may get different skin diseases, and they may get brain that is diseases, and also, and those people they need, that is medical care, and rectification of CETP, common effluent treatment plant, and discharge of treated effluents into sewage line. So here these recharges effluent should be, I told you already, that is sewage water, how the sewage water is cleaned. Those methods already we discussed, and that method should be followed to treat the effluents. Now we need to understand in text question. So here you are observing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions are there. First question is enlist any two sources of water pollution. So how is water polluted? So what is pollution? So entry of pollutant into the water is called water pollution. So domestic waste and industrial effluents, chemical waste, and urban waste, and these are, and also agriculture runoff, and these are some of the causative for the water pollution. So next, define fluorosis. Fluorosis is a disease. So here when fluoride content in the soil is increased, when the fluoride content that is dissolved in the water, if we drink that water, one will get that is skeletal diseases, and these skeletal diseases called as fluorosis, and teeth become yellow in color. So that is the prominent visible characters we observe a person who is suffering with fluorosis. And next one, what do you understand by water pollutant? So water pollutants are domestic sewage, domestic waste, and which are also gathered in houses, and also urban waste, and also soot, and also chemical industries also releasing waste material into the water. So these are the polluted, they are causing water to polluted. Next, where is Musi river located? So Musi is a river, and once upon a time in previous days, and that river is for irrigation. That water that is present in that Musi river is useful for irrigation purpose, and also it is a potable water, and people they drink the water. But now the Musi river is completely polluted, and due to industrialization, and due to human activities, and now that Musi river is completely polluted, and it is flowing through Hyderabad city, and that is there in Telangana state. Next, mention any two ways of making water potable. So already we discussed using candles, filters, and chlorination, boiling. So these are the methods to make the water potable. And potable water means drinking water. The water that is used for drinking is called as a potable water. Now last question. When was Ganga Action Plan first implemented? And there is, I think, the 2016, and this Ganga Action Plan was first implemented in the year 1985. Also, the first action plan was introduced, and according to the Ganga water filtration, Ganges river polluted water should be properly cleaned. So that is the main purpose of the project. So we discuss 6 questions. Now we need to understand about the summary of the summary of this lesson, that is not for drinking, not for breathing. So there you see 9 points are there. First one, that is introduction. So what is pollution? Pollution means entry of pollutant into the air, into the water, into the soil, and thereby water get polluted. That is a water pollution. Thereby air is get polluted. That is a air pollution. Thereby that is soil is polluted, and that is called as soil pollution. That is the answer for pollution. First one. Next, second one. Pollutants are the substances, they are introduced by means of industries, chemical industries, pharmaceutical industries, agriculture runoff, and these effluents are get mixed with the water, thereby water get polluted. That is called water pollution. Air pollution is the contamination of the air by releasing of gases. So through chimneys, through oil refineries, through vehicles. So carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous dioxide, methane, these gases are released into the air, and thereby the air is get polluted. That is called as air pollution. Now you see carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, methane, these are the main pollutants which are causing air pollution. Next, increasing level of greenhouse gases. So we also discuss what are the greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide is a major greenhouse gases. Methane also another greenhouse gases, and water vapor also form as greenhouse gases. And these greenhouse gases they form a shield around the earth. They make the earth warm condition. So here the normal temperature of the earth is maintained by presence of these greenhouse gases, and that is called as greenhouse effect. It is a natural phenomenon. And now you need to understand about sewage. So sewage, agriculture, chemicals, and industrial waste, they also polluted different water bodies. And here you see eighth one, water that is purified and fit for drinking is called as a potable water. I told you already, we discussed what is potable water. The water that is used for drinking purpose is called as a potable water. And next, last one is water is precious. So it is important natural resource, and this should be properly used. Then only it can save the life of many organisms which are existing on the earth. So all these are the summary points. And children, in this video we discuss what is meant by pollution and what are the effects of pollution, and also how these pollutants are damaging different natural resources like water, air and also soil. And also we discuss what is biodegradation, and also we discuss different ways how the water get polluted, how the air is polluted, and how the air and also soil is polluted. So in this chapter we discuss many case studies: Chernobyl disaster, and also Bhopal tragedy, gas tragedy. And also we discuss how that is the marble cancer of Taj Mahal. And also we discuss the case study of Patan Cheru. So all these cases are dealing with us, telling with us how human activities are making and disturbing all these natural resources, and it is our duty to that is keep and to save all these natural resources for in a clean and also good condition. We should give this natural resource to our, that is, future generation. Thank you, children.